YouTube, what the crap's going on? Welcome back to the Sassanid campaign on Total War Attila. And when we last left off, we had gotten into a big fight with Asia and East Rome. And obviously we did pretty well there. I'm going to hire some mercs and let this army continue to retrain.
Ready for battle.
And we should be ready to go back and finish off what was left of the Romans here. Or maybe we just got in a big fight with Asia and then the Romans rolled in. Maybe that's what it was. I don't exactly recall all the circumstances. Let's use our spy to hinder the enemy army by misdirection. If we can succeed. Let's see what we got. Opportune failure. Oh well. Our spy leveled up. So apparently you learned from the opportune failure. So let's see. We can unlock Scout Ahead, which would be pretty handy. And then put him into an army, and that would give us lots of extra movement range. And then Corruption would be handy, so let's actually do that. We'll unlock Corruption and Scout Ahead. Looks like there's some upgrades here to be had on our general. And let's see, who is this general? Why can't I remember where I want to see their name? Ah, up here. Yaz. Mr. Yaz. Not the one that I got killed, obviously, earlier. Let's see what's open here. We'd have to go through a lot of stuff to get down here, which probably won't happen. This gives us extra integrity. Up to 4 and minus corruption. Melee defense. Let's see. Plus 2 zeal. Zeal also affects integrity, I think. And it gives us extra recruitment capacity. But that's when he's a governor. And this one gives faster replenishment. So I think we'll take 1 to the replenishment and then the extra integrity. That means this army will recover much more quickly. And you can actually see that they are retraining fairly quick. And I want to say I had other armies, yeah. So we've got a navy training up here. This army is training in Dialamite warriors and a Persian bowman. So going quite nicely there. This army we probably ought to go ahead and train up as well. We have tons of money. I may send it back once this one's finished. So in this one we've kept our mercenary onager. We've got some mercenary Persian scouts that we're going to replace, but we just need to finish getting the mercenary Persian bowmen. And then we may get some different units to put in that army. Maybe something we haven't used yet. 3 turns until we unlock the elite Dialamites, and then we will get the Grivpenvar cataphracts next. And they ought to be pretty handy because they've been outfitted with an elite lance as of the latest patch, which this is in the latest patch now, what you're seeing here. Again, I'm not sure whether or not you have to start a new campaign to take full advantage of it, though I would assume we do not. So that's going to be the assumption I roll with, and we'll see whether or not I'm right. We'll leave Bahram here just a little longer to help settle this place down. We just had to decimate this army, I think, for integrity purposes, because it's not going so well for this guy. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and end this turn. I'd kind of like to move on through North Africa with Bahram. I'm not sure how much longer he'll live. He's getting kind of old. But at 4 turns per year, you know, may have a number of turns left. We'll see. Actually seeing a few East Roman armies now, which is good. But they actually fled away from where Asia has their province, which means that they will most certainly get crushed by my returning army without the help of the East Romans. Ooh, the Lochmids are moving in to take the city that I want, so I better quickly take it or else they'll get it in front of me. Asia wants a peace treaty. Nope. That isn't happening. That would be way too easy for you. Let's see, so we have a noble birth, which is great. Rebellion imminent in Egypt. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Bahram can help contain it.
Ready for battle.
Let's actually move Bahram back that direction. This settlement here is going to be quite unhappy, and obviously so.
How may I serve?
We might be able to stabilize this province. If we finish that another couple turns, we'll get extra public order there. And the canals are adding a little bit of public order as well, with just maintenance costs, so I think it'll settle down there eventually. We'll see. If not, there'll be a rebellion. Big deal. We'll put down any rebellion that comes near our provinces in Egypt with Bahram. So we should be safe from that standpoint. We've turn ended, which means our navy is now complete and should be able to sail and essentially blockade Constantinople, which will be my objective. Is there no way for my navy to attack Constantinople? Maybe we need to come out of port first. So let's go ahead and move that navy out of port and get along our way.
Your next command, my lord.
Huh. Let's just keep moving up this direction for now, and we'll figure it out. I definitely want to use them to help blockade in the enemy troops at Constantinople. One more turn till we finish training these guys. Let's move on out. This army is now ready to head to the front, and probably ought to be sent against the Romans. I think would probably be our best use for them. So, yeah, we will send them against the Romans, but I do want to get some camel units into this army. Let's try and remember where those are at. So in Spahan, we have this encampment. I want to say somewhere else I've got the cavalry corral, infantry quarters, so we can get Dialamite warriors there. And we've already got them. What can we get here? Persian camel raiders. Yeah, that's where I want to go then. So what else in Spahan? So we could either go to Spahan or this city here, and we'll go to Spahan. Alright, so let's get rid of these Persian scouts. Disband those units. And let's get rid of one mounted Persian warrior. And then in the recruitment here, we can get Persian camel raiders, which ought to be a fun unit for us to use. And we can also recruit Sogdian warriors. These guys have been improved in the recent patch as well. Let's get some of them in. So if we do that, we've got 6 cav. And then let's take, let's see, 4 Dialamite warriors, disband, and throw in 4 Sogdian warriors. So that ought to be a nice mix there. So we'll have a bit of a different army here. Alright, so that army will be all set very quickly. Let's see, like I said, Bahram has got a... We can go ahead and just force march him into this settlement. And it actually will stop the rebellion that was going to happen in Egypt. And let's see what the main causes of the rebellion are. Immigrants. Basically immigration more than anything. And I'm not really sure what to do to affect that. But we have a couple of town centers being upgraded that may help a little bit. It would probably honestly be better. This is helping to spread a little bit of public order. We really need to get a building here to focus solely on public order, which we need extra growth before we can do that though. See what happens in the turn end. Oh crap, I forgot to go take that city. And the Lockmids are going to waltz in and take it now. That was foolish. I might need to go load my game if the Lockmids take it, because it'll take me back to the right before that turn end. And then I can take it. Yes, the Lockmids took it. I'm going to reload and go take it. I don't want them to have that province, not after all the work I did. And we'll just run through this turn end again. Apologize for that. I totally forgot. So yeah, we'll let that get there. Let's actually load autosave. And this ought to take me back to where I can take. I totally forgot we needed to march forward and take that. I think it usually saves right before the turn end. And it did. So we are going to march down and take Cyzicus, or however you say that, Cyzicus. We did all the work to get it. I don't really feel like handing it over to the Lockmeds. Let's auto-resolve that. Nothing big to see here. And we will occupy. Could subjugate him, but I don't have any need to, so we'll just occupy. I guess I could have looted and occupied, but then it would have been a big mess. We are going to have a rebellion in Asia, but we will work around it. We need to repair the town center. Let's trash that, and trash that, and we'll kind of work our way back up. We've got a max level wheat farm available to us here as well. And I forgot to look to see what other buildings I need to build. Might as well go ahead and upgrade the town center. Let's go into our building browser. Just see if there's anything in particular that I want to upgrade. So this province exports food, which is great. Let's see the provinces that aren't exporting food. So Cappadocia is not exporting food, and that's understandable. We've got a lot of large towns. We could take the trade wharf, since I don't need money as badly as I do food, and switch it over to a fishing wharf. Might as well. It'll take a number of turns, but that may help turn that around. Looks like we have additional growth available to us. We've basically done all the agricultural work that can benefit us out here. We may want to build something in the city here that just simply gives us a little more something, whatever it is. Got the infantry quarters. Probably don't need a military building. Let's run down a plaza and see if there's anything that we can make even more money off of. I always say I don't really need more money, but who doesn't need more money, I guess would be the big question. Sheep pens. Sanitation's good. Public order's good. No reason not to upgrade to a sheep barn. And then we have quite a lot of food. So we should probably go ahead and upgrade the large city. Just an extra 40 food. And an extra 20 food here. Another extra 20 food. Let's just do that. Take care of those. Egypt is giving us some trouble. We got fishing jetties here, which is nice. We don't need any more public order penalties in Egypt, though, so I'm going to leave that alone. Same thing in Ethiopia. Just leave it alone. Cilicia. We could go ahead and just upgrade this to the ossuary because there's no reason not to. It's only going to add sanitation, religious influence, all good things. Should probably upgrade the city center as well. And let's go ahead and do this one while we're at it. Palestinia. I think I was trying to spread some religious influence here. Also uses more food. Hold off for now. Just maintenance cost here, so that will be worth it. Don't need any extra penalties in Syria either, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then we're pretty well set over here, also just letting some growth take place, so let's leave that alone as well. So now I think would actually be the appropriate time to end the turn, rather than what I did before. Now we should be able to have taken that extra settlement and took care of some buildings that needed to be taken care of since I had more than enough money to do so. I really need to recruit some champions as well. But I really want to get the research done on the military stuff first, and then I'll see what I can do about agents, because I'm not really dying from lack of agents at the moment. Though I didn't use agents much in this campaign, so far at least. Yeah, that Lockman army is going to turn around and look for new targets, and it found some East Roman separatists that it's going after. That's good. That'll help control them. Oh, I hope my client state doesn't besiege Constantinople, because I want to. And I certainly don't feel like helping them to take such a large city. Though to be honest, it may be best for us to move in and actually take some of the smaller territories around Constantinople so that we have the food to help support it whenever we do take it. Let's see, matter of state. Just looks like a mercenary commander, so we'll probably just accept his offer because just allow us to hire mercenaries for cheaper if we want to. So, yep, there is a rebellion in Asia. And that would be the rebels that are being chased off by the Lockmids. And we could probably pin them down with this army here that is now finished training as well.
Run them through!
So those guys are as good as dead. I say they're as good as dead. They are dead. Would probably be a more accurate representation of their current state. Asia really ought to be stabilizing. It's in pretty good shape. Building wise, we're just waiting for a lot of things to finish. All things that will help quite a lot. Let's just go ahead and convert. I don't know that we need that. No, we don't need the other sanitation building, so let's trash that. What is the fertility level of Asia? Let's check that out. I love the music in this game. It's really cool. Base fertility is 3, and then climate's given it -1. So probably best to put up a camel farm here, I think. I do have a wheat quern here. It is giving me a lot of food still. Yeah, I mean that's 108 food. I can't remember what the max camel farm gives me. $130. Yeah, so it actually would be better. But I already have a camel farm here as well. And I may do both here again since I can get quite a bit of food from both. But we may want to just... Let's just go ahead and start with the fields there. And then we can make a fishing jetty. And then we'll just turn this into something else that benefits the province, since that ought to cover us from a food standpoint.
Ready for order.
Got some agents over here who have leveled up. Let's see. Inspire troops would be cool, and then also betray. Let's open up both those so that this agent now has more capability. We might as well get these agents embedded into an army. They're not really doing a whole lot right here where they're at. Let's actually this one doesn't have the capability to embed. This one does now. So we can go ahead and support the army. This one though we can deploy in the agent stance and try and gain some experience, and then we could actually deploy into this army and scout ahead, which gives us the ability to move a little bit further from a campaign movement range, and should, like I said, also provide some experience for the spy.
Ready for order.
One more turn and we're finished there. And then Egyptus hopefully will calm down a little bit as these two buildings are finished. And Egypt is still very upset. And like I said, a big driving factor behind it appears to be immigration. We may need to just... So we need 7 popularities, or 7 population surplus. We'll get there eventually. We should be able to stabilize Egypt. That was weird. That was very weird there in the turn end. I don't know what happened. And now I'm like staring at the clouds. The East Romans kind of moving back away. I wonder if they have a pact with the Alans, because they appear to be ignoring the fact that the Alans are in very bad shape there. The Lockmids with a tiny navy pushing back what seemed like a larger force. That's funny. They've done quite well for themselves in this campaign. My own navy ought to be moving closer to Constantinople. And I really would like to get some naval action going here.
Move is simple. You take this offer
How about I wait and see if you offer me some money? Like I need it. Still think it's hilarious that Egypt captured Rhodes. It's pretty fantastic. Asia was destroyed. Rebellion imminent in Egyptus. Mercenary commander, no biggie. We're up at the top of the map, so we just need to bring it back down. Let's get our fleet.
Yes.
we can actually blockade Constantinople. And then we should be able to move across. Yeah, I can move across down here. There's a ferry point right there. Propontis contested. So we'll move across, and then we can go ahead and start besieging. And we can actually upgrade all of our units to elite Dilemite warriors now, which nice upgrade for us. And we will be doing that everywhere possible. It's going to cost a lot more from an upkeep standpoint, but as you can see, we can afford it.
How may I serve Persia?
There we go.
At your command.
Yeah, that province is in trouble. This one will be able to stabilize with my king.
My lord.
I don't have a lot of infantry left in this army. It's okay, we got plenty of great cavalry and some horse archers as well. Alright, we can work on this Parthian mounted tactics, which will unlock Grivpenvar cataphracts. Curtis archers. Very nice, very nice. Camel Klibanari replace Persian mounted pounted Mersian warriors. Whatever I was about to say. So gained camel raiders there as well. Yeah, that might be a good choice for us after we complete. We could move through here because then we get Kurdish archers and then move on up. We'll do that. Just keep unlocking military units. And I would love to get a battle in this time as well, but I don't see any enemy armies real close. I mean, I see some East Romans, but they're kind of meandering about in the background.
At your command.
Looks like Asia is stabilizing here, which is good. I may go ahead and build the wheat field and the camel farm. Actually, I can't build both. Well, I can actually if I wait. Should be able to do both. Sanitation seems quite good. Yeah, we'll wait so that we can do both. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.